pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Jason Vicarello, First Ward Councilman, present.
Colin O'Connell, First Ward Councilman, present.
Misty Fuller, Second Ward Council, present.
Michael Hockenberry, Councilman at Large, present.
Sorry.
No, you turned it off.
Nope, it just turned it on. Tell me.
Just turned it off.
It was just over.
Now it's on. Jeff Rhodes, Third Ward Council, present.
Gerald Oney, Third Ward Councilman, present.
Jacqueline Dennison, Fourth Ward Council, present.
Stan Siegel, Fourth Ward Councilman, present.
William Frank, Corporation Council, present.
Okay. We'll open up the meeting, public hearing, local law number 5.
This is a continuation.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Rhodes, second by Councilwoman Fuller. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Mr. Vicarello.
This is a continuation of the public hearing in regards to local law number 5, the Tri-State Central Business Overlay District, which creates an overlay district basically from the bridge to the city line in Tri-States, which would allow the uses of most of the uses for the Central Business District along that. Right now, that's a neighborhood mixed use zone. Basically what this does is for businesses, it streamlines the process of getting all their approvals. Whereas before this, if they wanted a business that was only in the commercial business district, instead of the neighborhood mixed use, they would have to go to planning, then go to zoning to get a use variance, then schedule that public hearing. By the time they got all the variances from zoning and came back to planning, it was lengthy. It took several months at best. And so this would streamline that process for business uses in the Tri-State zone.
Where are we at with this? Able to
We've
move forward?
We've heard back from Orange County Department of Planning. They sent a letter through the new portal system that we just received. They have no objections to it. They determined, the county recommendation is that it's a local determination. I'm advised by Councilman Vicarello that the planning board has given informal comments. I don't know if you have anything in writing from them yet.
I think that was just
So,
the form I gave you.
I mean,
There was one sitting right in.
this is the notice of intent for seeker. We didn't get anything in writing from the city planning board.
Was there another form?
It doesn't,
All right.
we can get that. We need the written comments from, questions from the city planning board. And after July 11th, if the council so wishes, you'll be able to proceed to adopt the law. That's when the 30-day lead agency for seeker notice of intent period runs out. So at this point, Councilman at Large, we've just, for purposes of tonight, see if anybody has any public comment or anybody from the council has any further comment right now.
Does anyone from the public have any comment on local law number 5? Anyone from the council? I'm sorry.
I support.
Anyone from the council have any comments? Local law 5.
Yeah, I just want to say that I know the businesses in the Fourth Ward always felt excluded from the business district, and this sort of will help include them. They always thought that they felt that the business district stopped at the bridge, and now it will stop at Route 23, so I think it's a great idea.
So I would recommend keeping the public hearing open to whatever the next meeting is after July 11th. And then at that point, the council can take action.
28th. July 28th.
What would that be?
28th. Okay.
There's no first meeting.
So I'll make a motion to keep the public comment open until July 18th.
Public hearing.
Public hearing open until July 18th on this matter. at 6:30, July 28th at 6:30.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. That is it for that. No presentations tonight. Under public comment, Mr. Blanton, James Blanton.
Oh, that's fast.
That was quick, right?
It was quick. I'm just here to comment on some discussion about this $1 million tree grant, which we've gotten. And I know there's concerns about it. Is there some chance that they could take this back somehow? They could cancel our contract, or somehow we put out money and didn't get, as the city, and didn't get reimbursed for that. Reasonable concern. So just my take on this is that almost a year ago, we signed a legal contract after we had done the work and the expense of doing a major grant proposal, a big job. We did all of our due diligence, everything we were supposed to do. We signed the contract. This is money that was previously allocated, filtering down from money allotted by Congress. So it's not up to some current, whoever, bureaucrat or whatever, to say, well, we're not going to give you this money after all. This is our money. That $1 million is our $1 million. And I don't think we should just give it up because we're concerned there may be problems down the road. I think we should treat it like this is our money, and we signed a contract, and just if any of us signed a contract to build a house and had contractors that we dealt with in good faith, if they went and spent money and so forth and came back and we said, well, we're canceling the contract, we couldn't do that. And I think that applies here as well. We have been told that come September, there may be some reshuffling. The current organization through which this filters could be blended this way or that way, and could it possibly be canceled at that point? My feeling is that it's illegal for that to happen, but even if it did, we've been told that we have to at least be reimbursed for any expense that we put out. That's contractually. So I say, let's spend some of this money. And I realize you as a council have to figure about cash flow, and so forth. So that, I don't know all the ins and outs of that. But I do know that in comparison to the city budget, this is a small drop in that bucket. But it's a drop that I'd love for us not to let go. So it seems to me we need to legally confirm what we've been told, that we will indeed be reimbursed if we make any, if we go ahead and put out money for which we're supposed to reimburse. And then I think we should do that as much as we can. And we were very lucky. Valerie did a great job on this long, complicated grant. They're hard to get. Not a lot of people are awarded. Let's don't just give it up and let it go. And if we can go ahead and spend some of that money so that if they do cancel it, they still got to pay us back what we put out, then we still get some of that money in our pocket, so to speak, to benefit our community. And this could transform our community, this amount of money, if we used it well. The last thing is that, the grant is written as a 5-year process with a lot of different moving parts, and depending strongly on an urban forester to help guide the process. Now, if we have been led to believe that there could be changes coming to this grant of one sort or another in the future, then I think that gives us the flexibility to be flexible with our plans and adjust them as need be. So maybe we don't hire several $100,000 forester at this point. Maybe we hire a part-time consultant, whatever we can do to get some planning done, to get some trees planted, whatever we can do. And then if we find out we're getting the whole amount, then we can go through the whole more complicated and more expensive process. But I say let's go for it. Let's don't give up the grant this easily, and let's spend as much of it as we can now, because they have to pay us back.
Thank you, Mr. Blanton. Okay. Nobody else under public comment?
Mr. Acting Mayor, if I could say something? I know I can't address Mr. Blanton, but I'd like to address the board. It's my take that if we were awarded $1 million, we should take it without fear of getting it taken away. Because if it gets taken away, so it be. But in the meantime, the ash borer has killed nearly every ash tree in the East Coast and the rest of the country. Now the elm trees are attacked by some other thing in Pennsylvania, and they'll come here next and go, I'll keep on going, and we're gonna lose all the elm trees. So if we can have some way to get trees planted that aren't elm and that aren't ash, we could supplement our canopy at little or no cost. I don't think we should not take the money. I think, again, we should take the money. If they want to take it back later, so it be. But in the meantime, maybe like Mr. Bland said, maybe we get some trees planted in the meantime. We need to plant trees. It's important that we plant trees. If the ash went and now the elms are going, what's next? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Siegel. Okay, at this time, I'll entertain a motion to move into executive session. We have two items on the agenda. One is a personnel item for DPW, and the other is a contractual item for police. I will invite DPW Director and Assistant Director Steve Durier and Assistant Director Wayne Patty into that.
Second.
Thank you.
Discussion?
O'Connell. Discussion?
I'd like to add an item then, if Valerie could join us for a discussion on the funding and contract mechanism of this grant. This is on, I guess that's why we're
It's on the
talking
agenda
about
for
it.
tonight.
It's on the agenda for
Yeah, it
tonight.
is. It is.
So if you don't think it's executive session material,
You can do it as attorney-client back there, it's okay.
okay, because I'd like to know what we're voting on $1 million here.
Okay, yeah. Good with that. We can amend that to add.
You don't need to, it'll just be attorney-client. Hopefully it's Valerie to join us.
Okay,
All in favor?
thank you. Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Once again, you're not doing his job. It's a simple thing to do.
Why is it on the, oh, I wasn't paying attention. I thought you were talking about
One
the motion.
ward, I say other ward.
I thought you were talking about.
So anyway, and Derek, so, yeah, it's a long series of illness, so that's why he's had to step back. But he's.
Valerie, we'll holler for you when we're ready.
So we'll work with you if we can, you know what I mean? If we have to get volunteers in to go to Plan B or Plan C or whatever, to even bring part of it to fruition, we can do it, and we've got people to help, who could help. I mean, ideally, we've had the professional foresters and all the things. But I noticed you had,
Okay, so once again, the camera's still rolling, so for anyone that wants to have a private conversation, I am going to read an outdated newspaper. So here we go. Pre-K grads celebrate moving up. Milford, Green Tree Early Learning Center marks its 40th graduating class. Page 13, which has a story telling us 18 young graduates proudly marched down the aisle in caps and gowns at the American Legion on June 6th to receive their very first diplomas. The ceremony marked a significant milestone in their early education journey, as well as a significant milestone for Green Tree's Early Learning Center, as it was the center's 40th graduating class of preschoolers. The event featured lively musical performances by the children, special guest speakers, the presentation of diplomas, and a grand finale bubble dance party to celebrate the children's achievements. More than 100 moms and dads, brothers and sisters, grandmas and grandpas, other family members, friends, and special guests joined in the celebration as the young graduates received recognition for their hard work and growth throughout the year at Green Trees. We are so proud of our children Assistant Director and Pre-K Counts Coordinator, said, "These children graduated with flying colors and learned essential life skills in literacy, early math, and social emotional development on their journey at Green Trees." The center has been operating since 1985 and is the oldest licensed child care center of its kind in Pike County, having educated more than 3,000 children over the decades. During welcoming remarks, the director thanked families, friends, supporters, and community members for their dedication to shaping the lives of children in Pike County by supporting Green Tree's Early Learning Center over its 40 years. She noted it was the community's kindness, care, contributions, volunteerism, and support that enabled Green Trees to continuously serve young children and working families in Pike County for 4 decades. Green Trees is a vital resource for the families of Pike County, and we have all played a part in its success. Our community has stood behind us and supported us every step of the way. We are grateful to each and every community member that has shown such great care and kindness to the families and children of Green Trees. It is because of our extraordinary community that Green Trees will not only survive but thrive for another 40 years. As they say, it takes a village, and our village is extraordinary. The children performed 3 songs and were then presented with their diplomas by their proud teachers. In closing the ceremony, Green Trees board member wished the graduates success in their future endeavors in kindergarten and shared a quote by children's author Dr. Seuss. "Today is your day, your mountain is waiting, so get on your way." Next stop, kindergarten. All the guests then gathered for cake, cookies, juice boxes, and a lively bubble dance party to celebrate the graduating class and 40 extraordinary years of educating children and serving families in Pike County. Okay. Hundreds rally in No King's Day protest. Okay, Milford event is one of several held throughout the region. This year, June 14th, was recognized in the area with flags and No King's Day of Defiance protest signs. Because it was the day of the U.S. Army's 250th anniversary parade and President Donald Trump's birthday, National Event Coordinators NoKings.org chose the date as a way to protest the Trump administration's policies and actions, their website said. According to Indivisible Project, a national partner of NoKings.org, over 5 million people across 2,169 events in countries around the globe participated. About 1,000 people protested near Broad and Hartford Street. People mainly remained on the sidewalk, although some protesters shouted slogans against Trump administration policies. One attendee said that he was very scared about what was happening nationally with what he described as the president's violation of the Constitution and laws of our country, like abortion rights, due process, rounding up citizens, and violating voting rights. Events were staggered to begin 2 hours apart throughout the day in various locations throughout the area, which allowed people to get to more than one of the regional protests. Mountain Creek Water Park, open daily starting June 20th. Okay, you can adopt Rose at the Warwick Valley Humane Society. It's a surrendered female. The characteristics are friendly, plays catch, loves car rides, and water parks. By the picture, it looks like it's a German Shepherd. The coat length is medium, it's house trained. The health says It's spayed, vaccinated, and tested. Good in a home with experienced GSD family. I wish they'd spell these things out. Family willing to train basic manners, exercise, and interactive play. No other pets. Annual Farm Day for families. Damascus. The free event will include tours, veggie tasting, and face painting. Farm Arts Collective will hold Family Farm Day on Willow Wisp Organic Farm on Saturday, June 28th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. The free annual event for families and children of all ages will include farm tours, touch a tractor, a seed planting station. Kids will take a sunflower seed starter cup home, guided trips to the flower and vegetable fields, a veggie tasting station, art making, face painting, games, and more. The day is a great opportunity for children and families to learn about where food comes from and experience a local working farm and the many agricultural steps from seed to harvest. Farm Arts Collective is located at 38 Hickory Lane, Damascus. For more information, log on to familyartscollective.org. Seniors and retirees looking for daytime fun. The fun starts here, Riverview Inn. Live shows, dance parties, hoedowns. We even have Elvis. $60 per person inclusive. Includes appetizer and full buffet. Call for dates and show lineup. 570-491-2173. 402 Shea Lane, Manamoras, PA. Okay, now the event calendar. Let's start with Tuesday the 24th. Adventure Awaits raffle. Ready to explore the great outdoors? Enter the Adventure Awaits raffle and support your local library for a chance to win grand prize perfect for your next outdoor escape. Huh. That's all they have. Okay, beginner watercolor class. Join an instructor for beginning friendly watercolor painting experience. Learn brush techniques to create a summer landscape inspired by Winslow Homer. All supplies provided. Personal supplies welcome. Advanced registration required at scahc.org/workshops and classes. $45 non-members, $35 for SCAHC members. Veterans and FFDP. 6:30 p.m. Sussex County Arts and Heritage Council in Newton, New Jersey. Wednesday the 25th. Warwick Fire Department's annual carnival. Indulge in carnival rides, games, and a variety of classic carnival treats. Held Wednesday through Saturday at Veterans Memorial Park. Gates open at 6 each night. Cash only. Purchase wristbands for rides. Fireworks display is Saturday, June 28th at 10 p.m. Carnival is rain or shine, and the rain date for fireworks is Sunday, June 28th. Veterans Memorial Park Drive, Warwick, New York. Pass the pages. Book swap. Open to all members of the recovery community, including friends, family, allies, and newcomers. Attendees can bring a book to swap or simply drop in for conversation, coffee, and community. Books are not required to participate. 5:30 p.m., the Center for Prevention and Counseling, 61 Spring Street, Newton, New Jersey. Sussex County Library Needlers. Open gathering for knitters, crocheters, embroiderers, and crafters. No registration required. 10 a.m. Sussex County Main Library, 125 Morris Turnpike in Newton, New Jersey. Thursday, June 26th, networking mixer at AM Acupuncture. Meet new people and connect with your community during this networking event where participants will have the opportunity to learn more about acupuncture. AM Acupuncture, 322 Broad Street, Suite 3 in Milford, PA. Friday, June 27th, Multi-Employer Summer Sidewalk Job Fair. Visit this hiring event for your chance to find new career opportunities, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pike County Career Center, 837 Route 6, Unit 2, Shahola, PA. Food Pantry. Pike County residents in need are invited to the Food Pantry, open Fridays 12 to 1:30 p.m. and again from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. Food Pantry, 321 5th Street, Milford. Call 570-618-1568 for more information. 15th Annual Rock, Ribs, and Ridges Festival. Enjoy live music and amazing food during this annual festival held at the fairgrounds. Hours are Friday, June 27th from 6 to 10 p.m., Saturday, June 28th from noon to 9 p.m., Sunday, June 29th from noon to 8 p.m. Visit rockribsandridges.com for all the festival info and to purchase tickets. 12 p.m., Sussex County Fairgrounds, 37 Plains Road, Augusta, New Jersey. Horses, Veterans, and the Healing Power of Nature. Free weekly event for veterans every Friday at Gate Equine Assisted Services. Whether participants are seeking a moment of reflection, a bond of brotherhood, or a meaningful connection with horses and nature, they will find a safe place to take part in activities and enjoy a free lunch. For more information or to reserve your spot, contact Gate at info@gaitrc.org or call 12 p.m. Gate Equine Assisted Services, 314 Forster Hill Road, Milford, PA, 570-409-1140. Saturday, June 28th, The Nature of Quilting. Visit this judged show of over 200 quilts featuring quilts for sale, vendors, a silent auction, gentle used books, magazines, prizes, speakers, and more. Admission is $10 per person, held Saturday and Sunday, June 28th and 29th, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Delaware Valley High School, Route 6 to 209. Celebrate summer at the community dinner and picnic. Milford United Methodist Church invites the entire community to join a picnic-style dinner with favorites including hamburgers, hot dogs, sloppy joes, fresh salads, iced tea, and lemonade. Free and open to the public. Donations will be accepted 5 to 7 p.m. Milford United Methodist Church, 206 East Ann Street, Milford, PA. Silver Loaf Arts Collective presents Art at the Loaf. Join an evening featuring performances, films, and art. Tickets are $10, 7 p.m., 1661 Kings Highway, Sugarloaf, New York. Warwick Valley Department's Carnival Fireworks. Fireworks begin promptly at 10 p.m. Veterans Memorial Park Drive, Warwick, New York. It's back. Sunday, August 3rd, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Peep local veggie patches on a self-guided tour. Learn how your neighbors are harvesting their own backyards. Hit up the after party at Meadow Blues for local eats, beer, wine, live music. Get your tickets today. KitchenGardenTours.com. 845-469-9000, extension 325. Garden State Koi to host Swim with the Fish event. Garden State Koi is inviting the public to experience the beauty and serenity of backyard water feature at its water feature and pond open house on, whoops, that one's passed already. Zane Grey Festival on July 12th. Lackawanna. Activities for children and adults throughout the day. The Upper Delaware Scenic and Recreational River and the Zane Grey's West Society will host the 19th annual Zane Grain Festival on the grounds of Zane Grey Museum in Lackawanna, Pennsylvania from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday, July 12th, 2025. The festival is about fun for the entire family, with many activities and events for children and adults throughout the day, including staff from Steamtown National Historic Site with demonstrate the Ring of Fire. Craft activities available for children of all ages, along with a children's scavenger hunt. Primitive skills, weaving, and 19th century woodworking demonstrations. National Parks on Air, hosted by the Wayne County Radio Amateur Radio Club. Free popcorn for visitors courtesy of the Honesdale National Bank. Zane Grey's legacy of literature and sportsmanship lives on in Lackawaxen. Come join the fun, learn more about the Western novelist from Lackawaxen, and check out his books in the new Little Free Library. Honesdale's own Burger Shack will be serving his signature gourmet hamburgers, hot dogs, pulled pork, french fries, macaroni and cheese, ice cold drinks, and more. Cash only, please. An ATM is located down the road at Honesdale National Bank. The Zane Grey Museum is located at 135 Scenic Drive in Lackawaxen. For more information, email UPDE space INTERPRETATION at nps.gov. Looks like that's it, folks. Had nothing from Ollie's this week.
me on the way out.
That's his job.
You're a real gentleman.
Yeah, it's too late, you were already bad.
Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Okay, 7:16 PM, I'll entertain a motion to enter back into regular session for motion. Motion by Mr. Rhodes,
Second.
second by Mrs. Fuller. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. All opposed? Motion carries. All right. Approval of minutes. June 9th, 2025, Common Council meeting minutes. Motion. Who made the motion? Motion by Mr. Rhodes,
Second.
second by Mr. Vicarello to approve the meeting minutes June 9th, 2025. All in favor?
Aye. One abstention.
Abstain.
Yeah, I have to abstain.
Wait, how many extensions on it?
Two.
I missed.
Three?
Three.
Three abstentions?
So we've got 5 people here.
Yes.
As long as you all vote in favor, then you do it.
Yes. So abstention for Mr. Siegel, Mr. Oni, and Ms. Fuller.
It would have been close, I mean, Maria missed that meeting too, so it would have been
She-
5-4 anyway.
That's what you, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
4 abstentions. 3, I'm sorry.
Three
abstentions.
Five,
Yeah.
5-1, 3 abstentions. Yes. Okay, executive session material, I will make a motion to approve the chief of police contract as negotiated by the mayor.
Second.
Second by
O'Connor.
Mr. O'Connell. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. And we will go into regular business, code committee, Mr. Vicarello.
Yeah, code has not met since the last meeting, and we will be canceling our meeting for July, due to it being on second and people are away. And that is all I'm gonna speak about on code.
And police committee, Mr. Vicarello.
Thank you, Councilman March. We held our police committee meeting, June 17th. Business that was discussed at that meeting, there was a lengthy conversation about parking in the Upper Pike Street area. We are working to remedy what the city can remedy with that problem. We also discussed, there was a request for a 4-way stop at Hamilton and Canal. Due to the traffic study and the accident history does not support a 4-way stop sign. However, we are looking at other options that are available, better marking, maybe some different signs with some solar powered lights. Also discussed were along the same lines, some of the speed signs in some of our areas that have a lot of speeding complaints. We're looking into the cost of those. Our accreditation inspection is complete. I'd like to give kudos to the chief. The accreditation inspection consisted of a 3-person team. What was interesting about it is they don't work together. They are independent contractors that go throughout the state. Once somebody reaches the point in the accreditation process that they're ready for inspection, the state does their contracting and they get 3 people from all around the state to come to our police department and rip it apart. In 3 days, those 3 inspectors went through over 120 policies, interviewed administrators, did ride-alongs, spoke to civilians, and at this point, I'm sorry, I didn't write it down, I believe it's about less than 30% of the police agencies in New York State were able to get accreditation through the state. I was present during the wrap-up meeting with the 3 inspectors who were so positive and couldn't speak highly enough of the professionalism of our police department, the high morale, and the respect from the public. So it's nice to see the people from the outside who do this for a living, who go to police departments and rip them apart and inspect them, were so positive about our police department. So they all said they will give us the highest recommendation that they can. This now goes back to the state, and hopefully by the fall we will be an accredited agency. So kudos to the chief and everybody who's worked on this process along the way. I believe it started Marianne Schultz.
Yeah, sorry.
So
Long
that's
time.
how long this has been worked on.
20 years.
Other than that, I'd like to take a minute. I know this is a busy week for a lot of parents and a lot of young people in our community. So congratulations to the kids that are graduating high school this week. And congratulations to the parents who got them through graduation. And good luck with whatever your future endeavors may bring. And that is all I have under, the next police committee meeting will not be held on its regular time and date, due to vacations again. We're gonna try and fit it in on Tuesday, July 8th at 6 p.m. here in the council chambers. That is all I have under police.
Thank you, Mr. Nicarello. Planning and zoning, Mr. O'Connell.
Thank you, Mr. Councilman at Large. Planning last met on June 17th. There was a pre-submission for 16 Sussex Street for a solar carport at the JP Morgan Chase Bank parking lot. Several variances were requested. The application will be submitted to the zoning board, which will meet next on July 1st. The second pre-submission was for 103, 129 Jersey Ave to subdivide 2 parcels for the future development of a mixed-use building. A public hearing was set for the next meeting. 291 East Main Street also had an extension approved for their project. The city council was also approved at the last planning meeting for lead agency for the Tri-State Overlay District. The next meeting will be held for the planning board on July 15th at 7 p.m. in the council chambers. Zoning has not yet met since our last meeting. Zoning will next meet on July 1st at 7 p.m. in the council chambers. Recreation update. The youth center recreation hours for this week will be as follows. June 24th, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. June 25th, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. The youth center will be closed June 26th and June 27th. Beginning Monday, June 30th, our summer youth center schedule will begin and the hours will be 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Summer playground programs at Church Street Park will also begin on Monday, June 30th. Playground hours will be 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. West End Beach is currently closed. We plan to open this Thursday, June 26th at 1 p.m., weather permitting. We're also excited to have a totally renovated bathhouse this summer. The beach schedule will be Monday, Thursday, Friday, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Weekends, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Closed Tuesday and Wednesday. Work continues on the splash pad at Church Street Park. We'll announce a date for the grand opening soon. Thank you very much to our DPW department for their excellent work and dedication on both this project and the splash pad project. The third food truck and fireworks festival will be held at Riverside Park on July 3rd between 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. There is a $5 admission fee. Children 12 and under are free. For more information or to purchase your administration ticket now, click on pjfoodtruckfireworks.org. Fireworks are from Point Peter at approximately 9:30 p.m. Seats are still available for a field trip to Liberty Science Center in Jersey City, New Jersey. The trip is scheduled for Friday, July 18th, this year. Cost will be $65 per person, which will include transportation on a charter bus, general admission, and a planetarium show. If interested, contact the rec department to sign up and pay deposit. Email us at recreationdirector@portjervisnewyork.gov. The next Recreation Commission meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, August 13th at 6:15 in the youth center. I have a motion. I would like to make a motion to approve Kelly Cruz and Stephanie DeJesus as recreation specialists. Start date of June 28th, 2025. I'd like to make a motion to approve that.
Second.
Motion by O'Connell, second by Mr. Siegel. All in discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
That's all I have, Mr. Councilman.
Thank you, Mr. O'Connell. Finance, Mrs. Fuller.
Thank you, Mr. Huckleberry. I do have bills to be paid from the general fund, $397,040.99. From the water fund, $69,746.34. From the sewer fund, $18,755.81. From the capital fund, $36,528.03. And from trust and agency, $7,439.95, for a total of $529,511.12. Some larger items to note from the general water and sewer funds: New York State Employees Health Insurance for $313,504.91. Orange and Rockland PJ Solar for $34,890.51. Magna 5 for $10,532, and Medicare vouchers for retirees was $51,504. From the capital fund, we had Chemung Supply for $20,054, Schmidt's Wholesale for $2,530.26, Dick's Concrete for $1,858.95, and Neversink Lumber for $6,233.34. I would like to make a motion to pay the bills.
Second. Second by Mr. Rhodes. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
I do have one other item.
Yes.
If you would like to take one and pass it down so everybody has a copy. I do have one topic that I would like to discuss this evening. As you are all aware, this council inherited a tremendous amount of issues in our city clerk's office surrounding our financials. We started correcting these issues when we replaced the city clerk treasurer. As you are aware, we hired an outside accounting firm immediately to help rectify what had long been neglected. Since then, the entire staff of our clerk's office have been working hand in hand with multiple accountants, have worked diligently to close our 2023 books. This has been no small task, compounded by the poor implementation of the Tyler system and the fact that they had to reopen 2022 because it was done incorrectly, and that had to be rectified before 2023 could begin. RBT, the accounting firm, has successfully helped us in filing our 2023 AFR with New York State, which had to be done to keep us in compliance with the state and should ensure that we were still eligible for our anticipated EFC loan and the grants that we so heavily rely on. We had come to a point with 2023 reconciliation that we felt confident enough to schedule our regular audit with O'Connor Davies, only to have them stop midway and tell us that we were not ready. At this time, we have a lengthy list of punch list items that need to be completed before they can continue our audit. These are all things that are beyond the scope of our clerk's office and the staff's abilities. In addition, our 2024 AFR is looming, and we received an email from Moody's, which I just handed to everybody, stating that without reconciliation of our 2023 books, they're going to be suspending our Moody's rating in 30 days. At this time, I would like to make a motion, open for discussion, ask the council for an additional $40,000 to hire back or continue working with the above mentioned auditors so that we can try to get our 2023 books closed and move forward. I know we're all exhausted by this. I know it's not a problem that we created, but without allocating the extra funds, we're kind of stuck. And it's gonna cost us so much more in the long run if we don't get this behind us.
So on that motion, that 2020, we moved for the 40,000, can we just alter that to an accounting firm So it's not specific to one firm or to consulting, right?
Yep.
Okay. And I'll
I
second,
amend that.
and I'll second that motion.
Yeah, you're just allocating the funds for additional accounting work necessary to complete the 2023 audit.
Yes.
Yes.
Discussion,
Discussion.
other than this is the gift that keeps on giving.
Correct.
So this email you gave us about the Moody reading, the time frame is already passed or started? Cause June 20th, that's,
We received
Coming
this, we received the email on June 18th.
no, but I'm saying by Friday the 20th, placing the city's readings under review for possible withdrawal. So they haven't withdrawn,
They
they
have
just
not
placed us in review.
Correct.
And if the Moody's readings go down the tank, it's financially devastating to the city.
Correct.
Can't borrow.
Pardon?
Can't borrow one bond
rating.
You can't do
Suspend
nothing,
bond rating.
And it
we're
affects our
done.
grant,
It affects
the
everything.
AFR affects our
So,
grant rating.
the 40,000 is bad, but there's nothing we can do about it.
Correct.
My feeling is that if we inform Moody's that additional funds have been allocated, steps are being taken, they're not gonna suspend us, they're gonna say, okay, get us the audit completed.
Yeah.
I think that's what's gonna happen.
I guess my last question would be, it's too bad that they didn't tell us this sooner, that they just
Yeah, that was
realized it on
today.
the 18th. That,
Well, they gave it till July
If I
1.
can interject for a moment.
Absolutely.
Sure.
They actually
Oh,
have
20.
held off for months
Oh,
for
20,
us.
June
By us
20th.
supplying them with their 23 AFR, that stopped them from giving us this letter a couple months ago.
the Moody letter, or,
Yes.
no, I'm talking about the accounting firm who stopped in mid-23, saying they need more money to finish it.
Oh.
Why didn't they tell us sooner?
No,
No.
O'Connor Davies stopped because we
That was
weren't
the
ready.
auditing
It wasn't
firm.
a
That was
fund
the auditor.
issue.
That was the auditing firm that was doing the
Yeah.
auditor stopped
Yeah.
auditing because they didn't have everything.
So
to audit.
I'm confused here as well. The auditors were auditing us. They got to a point where they told us we weren't complete. So we have to do something.
They gave us a punch list of items
Right,
that
so we
need
have
to
to
be
finish those
completed.
items.
So we have to do that. So, but why do we have to pay $40,000 to continue to audit? They were.
gotta have it done in
Excuse me,
30
That's
days.
what the punch list is gonna cost, it's $40,000.
Oh, I
And-
We have to have that done in 30 days.
I should probably already have said this too. Part of that $40,000 will, go to RPT to file our 2024 AFR, so it doesn't further put us behind with other issues.
okay.
So that'll take care of the 2024 AFR as well.
So we're sort of stuck here because we can't afford to lose our rating.
No, not
Correct.
really, not really, especially when we're talking about bonding the fire truck, some other items.
We gotta do it.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's the hand we were dealt, right? And we have to act on it, and we have to take it, right? It's not money that we have
Just doesn't
laying
seem
around,
fair,
but
does it?
unfortunately, we have to.
this does.
So,
So it was July.
Maybe I should make a
It's your-
motion even again.
What?
The can collection.
So I need to amend that motion again, because we're allocating this $40,000 from our contingency fund.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
and I will second that. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you. That's all I have.
That was enough. Mrs. Mann is not here this evening.
I have that.
Oh, tourism, Mr. Oni.
Oh, Thank you, Mr. Hockenberry. Although I feel I'm being set up with some of these words.
Oh, is this
Because I'm not gonna be
Italian
able to.
festival?
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
I'm just gonna say Italian festival. So the Italian festival, Bella Nostra Italiano, will be held on Saturday, August 9th, from noon to 9 at Orange Square Park. Performances by Sal, the Voice, Valentinetti.
Yeah.
All right. Christian Gardino, Vittorio De Carlo, and Anna's Italian folk dancers.
I think Maria's listening in.
There will, I'm sure she is. It's her fault for not being here. There will be many delicious Italian foods and merchandise vendors. Don't forget the meatball eating contest. Admission and parking is free. Bring a lawn chair. Applications, oh, that wasn't good. Applications are now available for the Delaware Boat Regatta, which will be held on Saturday, August 23rd from noon to 6 at West End Beach. Tourism applications are available at the clerk's office or on the city's website. For additional inquiries, you may also contact Tourism Chair Laura Meyer. Her email is floralaura.portjervis@yahoo.com. For updates, you can also follow the tourism board on the Facebook page. The next tourism meeting will be held on Wednesday, July 9th at 7 p.m. here in the council chambers. As far as the IDA, the next meeting will be held on Wednesday, June 25th at 7 p.m. here in the council chambers. And that's all I have, Mr. Hockenberry.
Would you also like to do ADA? Oh, you have that word on your own.
Was there any report given in the last meeting?
No, because you weren't here.
Because, yeah, well,
Say the same as last
she
meeting.
sent that in. There was a meeting held, meeting previous to the last council meeting, but I thought she sent her minutes in to you or somebody. So, I have nothing under ADA, but I'll have that adjusted for the next meeting. We definitely had a meeting and there was discussion held on the projects for this year.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Fire, Mr. Rhodes.
Thank you, Mr. Hockenberry. The next meeting of Fire Emergency Management will be July 21st here in the council chambers at 6:30. And also, it's something that usually comes up every year for our parade. The firefighters burn treatment fund. They usually have to fill out a merchant's license. And I make a motion that we waive the fee for that.
Second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Siegel. All in favor?
I
Opposed? Motion carries.
And that's all I have, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. CEA, Mrs. Dempsey.
I thought he was doing you next, I didn't check you
I'm
off.
just going down the list.
Thank you, Mr. Hockenberry. I am going to first to, Port Jervis CDA last met on May 28th in the city council chambers. The next CDA meeting will be this Wednesday, June 25th at 7 p.m. I also have what was on the agenda. Consideration for resolution for the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis, authorizing the mayor to sign a services agreement for Pattern for Progress Incorporated. Whereas the City of Port Jervis wishes to apply for grant funding in connection with the New York State Department of State Office of Planning, Development, and Community Infrastructure Brownfield Opportunity Area Program, or BOA, in order to mitigate properties which redevelop or reuse is complicated by the potential presence of hazardous substances, pollutants, or contaminants. Now therefore, it is hereby resolved that the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis hereby authorize